I've been healing what I couldn't feel. I'm not who I was, I'm in between. I'm becoming me.
Hey sis, hey bro, and welcome back to Niera Unfiltered. In today's episode, The Discomfort of Unbecoming, Episode 2, Part 1. So last week, we talked about awareness, the first step to unbecoming, because you can't change what you refuse to confront. But today we're talking about what happens after awareness. See, awareness feels uncomfortable because it disrupts what's familiar. And becoming always requires leaving what we feel safe behind. Because nobody really talks about this part. See, once you start seeing your patterns, once you start trying to change, once you decide you want to become better, it doesn't always feel freeing at first, right? I'm sure this can't just be me. Because see, over here, becoming sometimes, just sometimes, it feels uncomfortable. It feels heavy. And sometimes it makes you want to quit and go back to what's familiar. So, sis, bro, can we take a minute to talk about the discomfort of becoming? Because if we understand why it feels uncomfortable, we will stop running from the process and start to embrace the process. I want to be real honest about an area in my life where God has been showing awareness, and that's my health. See, for years, my weight has been a repetitive cycle for me. I would start, get motivated, even do really, really good, as far as losing 83 pounds. For a while, I'm good. And then, suddenly, I stop again and again. See, every time I stopped, I told myself the same lie every single time. I lack discipline, I'm inconsistent, and I'm just not committed as much as I say I am. But see, when God started to deal with me about awareness, I was able to see something much deeper. It wasn't just about food or working out. But see, here's the part that really hit home with me. Every time I started becoming consistent, something in me would be uncomfortable. I mean, like, it would really get uncomfortable. Almost like my body was saying, hold up. Wait a minute, sis. Wait a minute, sis. What are you doing? What is this? This is too much. This is not your norm. This is not familiar. Please, go back to what's familiar. See, I want you to take a minute to think about that. Can you spot any areas in your life where you took the leap, you was doing good, but something says, nah, sis, nah, bruh, come back to your norm. Come back to who you have been. See, that's that familiar place. See, we're not just fighting habits. We are fighting patterns, survival responses. We are fighting a version of ourselves that only knew how to operate in cycles. And that's when it really hit me. Sometimes the reason we start and stop is because becoming a new version of ourselves feels very, very uncomfortable to our nervous system. Let's think about that one. And see, if we don't take time to fully comprehend this, we will continue the cycles. We will continue repetitive cycles with the wrong perspective, with the wrong thinking that we're lazy or we lack discipline, etc. The list goes on, when really we're just adjusting to our new identity. Now, this is why awareness feels uncomfortable. Most of us think awareness is just information, but awareness is actually exposure. I'm going to say that again. Awareness is not just information, but awareness is actually exposure. See, awareness is uncomfortable because it removes our ability to pretend. Woo! Mask off. Mask off. See, awareness is uncomfortable. Why? Because it removes our ability to pretend. See, before awareness, it was, this is just how I am. I don't know why this keep happening to me. It's just stress. Oh, I'll start later. Oh, I'll start Monday. Oh, I'll start February. Sounds very familiar, huh? But see, once we come into awareness, our response change. Because see, now we see the patterns, the triggers, the avoidance, the emotional coping. And guess what? The biggest one ever, we're able to realize, we're able to recognize, we're able to see, we're able to identify the role we play in this repetitive cycle. One deep, hard truth is that awareness creates responsibility, and responsibility creates pressure. Woo! Awareness creates responsibility, and responsibility creates pressure. Because one deep, hard truth, awareness creates responsibility, and responsibility creates pressure. Now, see, I want to bring a little truth and a little light to this situation. Because, see, becoming feels hard because your brain has one main job: keep us predictable and efficient. And see, your nervous system has one main job: keep us safe by keeping things familiar. So when you try to become disciplined, consistent, emotional, healthy, structured, calm, confident, her, him, that girl, our system reacts. Our nervous system reacts like, hold up, this is not your normal environment. Even if our environment, listen to this, y'all, even if our environment was emotional eating, procrastination, chaos, inconsistency, overthinking, people pleasing, sounds very dysfunctional, right? But our nervous system has one job: keep us safe by keeping things familiar. Why? Because familiar, in real reality, is our body will choose familiar pain over unfamiliar peace. Now, if I could just take the time to just add something in there, because, I don't know about you, but I've been in a couple of relationships from time to time, and and they have been toxic, and they have been just dysfunctional, and it's just like, I had to ask myself, why do I always choose that? Why do I always continue to go back to that? And it's simply because even though it was dysfunctional, my nervous system from even a little girl was used to chaos and dysfunction. And that's the only way I knew how to operate. I mean, let's just take the time. Let's just take the time, sis. Let's just take the time, bro, to really adjust our environment, to really just look at our environment. Because familiar, the reality of it, when it comes to our nervous system, is our body will choose familiar pain over unfamiliar peace. Now that's the word. That's the word with all in itself. That's a whole nother look. All right, y'all. Let me keep going. So realizing the discomfort in becoming. See, what we're experiencing, the overall truth, is an identity shock. So this is what we need to understand. Becoming isn't uncomfortable because of the work. We can go to the gym. We can meal prep. We can start the business. We can start the podcast. We can do all these amazing things. And some of us have. But see, it's the process. It's the process where we get stuck. See, it's uncomfortable because of identity conflict. It's not that we're unable to do the work. I'm going to say that again. But see, the uncomfortableness, if that's even a word, the uncomfortable part is the identity conflict. See, let me explain a little bit. Let me break this down for you. If you've seen yourself as inconsistent, right? For years and years and years, you've seen yourself inconsistent. When you start becoming consistent, your mind automatically goes, this isn't me. This won't last. Don't get too comfortable. See, that creates anxiety, self-sabotage, overthinking, quitting right when momentum starts to build. This, bro, is identity conflict. Your old self-image and your new behavior don't match. Proverbs 23:7. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. See, most of us read that scripture, and we read it like, oh, it's a positive thinking thing, which, don't get me wrong, it definitely is. But it's deep. It's a deeper meaning. See, Proverbs 23:7, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. It's also about identity. It's about belief. And it's about internal programming. The heart represents your beliefs, your identity, your subconscious, what you truly believe about yourself. The verse is saying, your life will follow what you believe. Deep down. Not what you say you want. I'm going to say that again. This verse is saying your life will follow what you believe deep down. Not what you say you want. Now you may ask, so why does this matter for becoming? And the reason being is, see, many of us, truly, including myself, we won't change. We want to be consistent. We want to be disciplined. We want to be successful. And we want to be healthy. But see, if deep down in our hearts, we believe I'm inconsistent, I never finish, I always mess up, your behavior will follow that belief. That is Proverbs 23:7 in action. Because your life doesn't move in the direction of your goals. I don't care how many goals you can set. Cause look, I can set some goals. I am a goal getter. I can set some goals. But one thing that I had to be real with myself about and take full accountability, no matter how many goals I set, my life will always backtrack. Why? Because my life will always move in the direction of my identity. So now you might ask, How does this connect with our nervous system, right? Because see, if your heart belief is, I'm the type of person who quits. When you start doing well, your nervous system feels the tension because it's an identity conflict. I'm used to sitting on my couch and not working out. So now when I decide that I want to go work out or I want to do this morning run at 5 a.m., baby, my nervous system is in shock. My identity is in shock because it's saying, wait, hold up. You're supposed to be in bed. You're supposed to be hitting the snooze button. That's identity conflict. So and what do? We skip the workout, we procrastinate, and we stop the routine. Not because we're lazy, not because we lack discipline, and not because we're unmotivated, but because our behavior is trying to match our heart identity. So I want you to take the time and see, what is your heart identity? What is the belief that you truly believe within? Because see, our habits will always come back. Our habits will always come back to agree with what our heart believes. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Our habits will always come back to agree with what our heart believes about ourselves. So even when we're talking about transformation, it's not just a behavior change. It's also a belief renewal. Romans 12:2, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Renewing the mind means replacing old identity beliefs, aligning your heart with what God believes about you, training your inner agreement. Because see, if your heart still agrees with the old version of you, you will keep creating the old life. And this is why the unbecoming is necessary. You have to unbecome the old self-image. You have to release the old agreement. We have to stop rehearsing the old story in order for the new behavior to take up space. So, if things are starting to feel uncomfortable, that's a sign of growth, sis. That's a sign of growth, bro. Give yourself grace. You're just in identity conflict. And there's simply nothing wrong with being in the space of identity conflict. So this week, I don't have a journal prompt, but I do have an exercise. I want you to take time to write down your old beliefs and replace them with truth. Because see, this is another layer of the awareness. It's dealing with the identity conflict. Understanding that the battle is truly within. This is where the me versus me reality comes to place. So, again, thank you, sis. Thank you, bro, for tuning in. This was part 1. I hope to see you next week for part 2 on episode 2, The Discomfort of Becoming. Thanks for tuning in.
This ain't polished, this that real.